how are you? So I've got a little comparison video for you today. Last week I did a workout 4 times 2.5 kilometers in my old pair of Superblast 2s, and I thought today I would do the same workout, exactly the same, in the same conditions, with a brand new pair. See if I notice any difference or if Garmin detects any improvement. So I'm warming up right now. I'm doing exactly the same warm-up routine as I did exactly 7 days ago, same day of the week. I had exactly the same breakfast this morning, same quantity, exactly the same lunch. The temperature is, if it's not the same, is very similar. I've got the same flask of water with me, and I will take exactly the same gels at exactly the same time in the workout. Exactly the same course too. The idea is to run at my target half marathon pace, which hopefully should be around or just above 4:30 per kilometer. So that should be close to my lactate threshold, which I think is a good setup for testing the Superblast 2. So far in the warm-up, after a bit more than 4 kilometers, to be honest, I don't feel a lot of difference. Yeah, my feeling is that the old pair of Superblast 2 is holding up very well at 800 kilometers. So far I don't feel a lot of difference. So here we are at the same starting point. Yeah, to be completely honest, there is a difference. The wind might be slightly lighter today, not sure. It's blowing in the opposite direction. So last week, if I remember well, it was blowing this way towards the sea, and today is like a little bit sideways, but it's blowing this way. So I should have sideways sort of headwinds on the first half of the loop and sideways tailwind on the second half. So I'm not sure, that might make a difference. We'll see. Okay, first rep done. Not brilliant. In fact, I think it was slower than last week. Probably around 4 minutes 36, 37 average pace. So that's slower. Now I don't know, it might be me, might be that I'm not pushing that hard, but mentally I'm not prepared. I don't know. The shoes do feel slightly more bouncy at up-tempo pace, so okay, that was to be expected, but there's not a huge difference. Okay, second rep. Let's go. Okay, that one I believe was similar pace, slightly slower, not great. The wind does feel lighter than 7 days ago, so that's not an excuse. It should be faster. Yeah, the shoes don't feel like they're helping me a lot. I mean, not more than the old ones. I don't know, again, it might be me. I might be mentally tired. My heart rate is about where it was last week. Just at my threshold or a little bit above it. So that means I cannot really push a lot more. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking there might be some kind of reverse placebo effect, like, you know, I'm expecting the shoes to do the work for me, and therefore I'm not pushing that much. Could be just a theory. Okay, third one. Okay. That's being a bit of a disaster so far. So last week I faded off quite a bit in the third rep. It happened again this time, probably even more so. And now it's like I have no power in my legs, but yeah, I'm taking much too short strides, like doing baby steps. I don't know why, but I just cannot push more. Garmin said this morning that my training readiness was like at 95%, which is the most I've ever seen, so it should be good. So because I faded off last week in the third rep and even more so in the fourth one, I was waiting to see if today I'd be able to hold on better in the third rep, and that would mean that the shoes are sort of helping me conserve the energy, but it is not the case. Okay, I'll do the last one on the way back home like I did last week. As you can see, I'm at the same point I was last week. There was this little thing here that was indicating the wind. So last week it was blowing this way, and now it's like the opposite direction, perhaps a little bit softer. So we'll see. Should be easier this time. Okay, let's go, last one. Fourth rep has been perhaps a couple of seconds per kilometer faster than last week, but that's essentially because of the wind. In fact, it should have been even faster. It's not because of the shoes. I don't know, I just didn't have it in my legs today. But that means I'm probably gonna have to revise my objective for the Berlin half marathon in 2.5 weeks from now. As it looks today, there's no way I can hold 4:30 per K, so I should probably change objective to around 4:40, 4:45, which is not great at all. But that's where I'm at now. So in terms of the shoes, if anything, this little test tells me that the Superblast are holding on very well after 800 kilometers. I sort of knew that. I wonder how much more they're gonna work well. There's not much difference in terms of feeling and in terms of performance either with the new shoes. In fact, today's test shows that I was even slower, significantly slower. Okay, perhaps it was me, but yeah, considering the price of the Superblast, I think I'm gonna keep using them until past 1000 K or more. So, to wrap up this little shoe comparison, the results are quite surprising because all the conditions being equal, except that there was less wind and also I had a better training readiness score. So that means I would have thought the new shoes would perform significantly better than the used ones. I mean, on the second session. But in fact, it's rather the contrary that happened. So now, looking back at the videos, and I can see my stride was pretty poor in this workout. So I think there might have been something else going on, although I don't know what. Just to not put all the blame on the shoes. But in any case, I would draw sort of 3 conclusions. The first one being, do not think that new shoes will work miracles for you. If any, the difference will be small and perhaps mental. Conclusion number 2, the Superblast specifically are very, very durable. So don't throw them after 500k or 300 miles. They can easily take in twice that amount. And yeah, sort of number 3, the Superblast, although they're very expensive for a non-carbon plated shoe, they're in fact not that expensive if you consider their versatility in one hand and their durability in the other. Let me show you the old shoes. Not sure if you can appreciate, but they're holding on very well. The upper is still okay. Sorry, they're a little bit dirty. I didn't wash them, but yeah, the upper is okay. The midsole, I mean, I can see absolutely no wear and tear. In the outside, nothing visible. It looks good. The outsole, there is a little bit of attrition in the places where you would expect. A little bit here, a little bit here, which is where you hit the ground. But really not much. They still look good. They still feel very comfortable. No issue with the lacing. Everything's holding on well. So yeah, good shoe. So okay, that's it for this little comparison video. I'll leave it there. But of course, if you run around, remember to look around. See you in the next one.